Hi everyone, welcome back into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm Barbara Marville Kelly, and it gives me great pleasure to be on location right down here in Oldsmar, Florida, featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. And we're going to introduce our next guest, Mr. Keenan Knopke. And Keenan is my next guest, so we've just been having fun just kibitzing about things. And I want to welcome you to the show today.
Thank
it's
you.
great to be right down here in town, isn't it?
It's great.
Yeah.
There's nothing better in downtown Oldsmar.
I know, and with the chamber and just get that feel for what it's like to be a chamber member. You are involved with Curlew Hills Memory Gardens,
Correct.
And you have been voted the best medium business of the year. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're honored.
So tell me why.
Why we were voted?
Yeah.
Because we're a community business. We're a family-owned business. We give a ton of stuff back to our community in the way of services, in the way of programs in our grounds, to Veterans Day, to Memorial Day, to a huge 9/11 service every year, and remembering our fallen memorial that we take all over the state of Florida.
That is really wonderful. You've been a member with the Chamber of Commerce for what, about 10, 12 years, something like that?
Something like that, yes.
You know what? It's so refreshing to hear a long-standing relationship with your in-town Chamber of Commerce. Why is that? I mean, as you go from year to year, I know all the community events that go on and all. We're going to talk about your personal involvement with the 9/11 and all of that. But what is it? How has the Chamber helped you with your business growing?
Well, it puts you with businesses, not so much like your business, because there's not many cemeteries or funeral homes around, but it puts you in contact with other businesses. And we all have the same problems. Mm-hmm. Our products or services can be very different, but we all have payroll issues, we've got communication issues, we've got promotion issues, we've got, public relations issues. Not that we've got bad things, it's just who do you call, where do you go? Chamber's a great source for finding those resources, and they're trusted resources.
Yes, and that's really key, trusted resources. So you find it's like a family of businesses that come together and help one another with those issues that happen in business. Even though your service and or products may be different, you address the issue at hand and they're helping you out.
Well, today you've got the internet, which can be a wonderful place, and everybody can look good on Google or on the internet. When you want somebody that you can trust and want to reach out to, you want them to be local. I don't want to call somebody in California. I want to call somebody in Oldsmar or Clearwater or somewhere like that I can walk in and see and touch and say, hello, help me.
Yeah. You just bring something to mind about the Chamber of Commerce's, and that is something that has not been lost, and that's one-on-one, face-to-face, phone call, okay, that's fine, but being able to face-to-face, I don't think that ever goes out of style.
I hope it never does.
I hope it never does, too.
Because I like face-to-face.
Sure.
I can email everybody, but I like to sit down and talk to people,
Yes.
Get in front of them, let them get in front of me, because then you can feel and build that relationship if you want to. If you don't, that's fine too. The fit isn't always right.
Right.
But the Chamber comes back to give you those trusted avenues where you can find out about people without taking that chance too far out.
Sure. And when people are new to the community, I mean, your business in putting together services when someone passes is, that can be very emotional, obviously. And I can really understand why it's even more important to build a relationship, because I mean you're catching families and friends that are probably at one of their most grieving moments. And how do you transition and do your when they come in, and how do you get started with that?
Well, it's all about building your relationships ahead of time, and in the community, being involved, just being top of mind for recommendations. When people come to us, we're not morbid. They know why they're there. We're not there to remind them of that. We try to create different types of services and make the atmosphere as light as they want it to be.
Sure.
It's not a comic show by any means, but we kind of adapt them. We flow with them on how they want to proceed, the speed they want to proceed.
Okay.
Even to the point where somebody says, we've got to do something today. Okay, we can make that happen.
So good.
But at the same time, we're going to wait 2 weeks for Uncle Harry to get down here. Okay, we're good with that. It's that flexibility, and we'll communicate back and forth throughout the entire process.
Yes. And if you've built a relationship with the people in the community ahead of time, I think it's a little bit more, it's easier.
They're walking into a friend at that point. They're not walking into, oh, should I or shouldn't I? They're walking into that friend that they know, even if it's a 1 or 2 time meet. It's still, that ice has been broken.
Yes.
And they're comfortable with that.
Yes, and that's I think what people are looking for is that comfort zone.
Sure.
That comfort zone that will come back every time. Something that really touches my heart. I'm a true patriot like you, and I want to hear about what you're doing with the 9/11 Memorial. Just share with our viewers what you do with that. That's so very
The 9/11
wonderful.
Memorial that we have at Curlew Hills. We partnered with the Palm Harbor Special Fire District in Ozona Elementary. They got the steel. We were in the process of building a project on our property, and we worked it out where this 125-pound piece of steel is now will be a long-term resident at Curlew Hills.
Wow.
We've built a huge memorial. There's 35 tons of American granite, American quarried, not made, but quarried and fabricated granite. The steel beam floats between the 2 towers. There's a reflecting pond, there's an eternal flame, there's the 342 men and women from the fire department that died that day memorialized. There's the officers, there's the port workers, there's even the canine, the only canine that died that day and is not memorialized anywhere else, not even in New York City, that's memorialized at Curlew Hills.
Wow. And when did this go up?
It's about 7 or 8 years old now.
Really?
It's been there that long. It wasn't right after it occurred. It took a while.
Sure.
But we have a service every year on 9/11 at 10 o'clock in the morning.
So who knew? Unless you were watching this show, or you live in the community, or
there are people
part
in
of
the
your-
community that do not even know about it.
That's why I wanted to bring that out and really talk about that. So every September 11th, and do you get a lot that come in?
We're getting somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 people.
Oh my goodness, I want to go.
It's huge. We do flyovers. I mean, it's about an hour-long service. It's non-political. We don't get into politics.
That's good.
That's not on our deal.
Yeah,
That's not our deal.
yeah.
Our deal here is to remember what occurred and not forget.
Yes, that is so fabulous. Share with me any services that we haven't mentioned in addition to what you're doing, or if I skipped over anything.
We do an annual Veterans Day Memorial Service as well as a Memorial Day service. Veterans Day is obviously on Veterans Day, whenever that occurs, whether it's a Sunday, a Monday, whatever, it doesn't matter. It always starts at 9:30. And it focuses on veterans themselves. We'll get a well-respected speaker. Sometimes that can be a local politician that is not running for office but focuses on veterans issues, to a national speaker sometimes. The same with Memorial Day. Again, it occurs on Memorial Day. Both of these services, like the 9/11 services, are outside. So we deal with the weather, but we've never been rained out on any of them. And they're focused on patriotism and remembering the sacrifices that our veterans have made.
That's fabulous.
The other thing that we do is the traveling, remembering our fallen memorial. This is the 308 men and women that have died in service or since 9/11. They've either died in Afghanistan or Iraq or injuries received there. This memorial is different than any memorial you'll ever see in that it's a picture memorial. Lots of memorials, we've got them, and they're wonderful memorials, Vietnam Memorial, World War II Memorial, that are full of names, but this one is all pictures provided by some of the family members. And we take it around to different places where people want it. Generally my wife and I will do this, and fortunately Curlew Hills allows me that free time to do it, but we'll take it around, set it up. It's currently at Tampa International Airport.
Oh, that's so it's mobile.
It's very mobile. It's real easy to move around.
You're definitely keeping that memory out there.
Without a doubt. And though, when you look at those men and women on this memorial, they range in age from 18 to 56. They're all family people. They volunteered.
I know, I know.
And we can't forget them.
We can't. And Keenan, I can't think of a better way to close our show, remembering our fallen heroes. So I want to thank you for coming on the show, my friend. We've had a lot of laughs before the show, and we kept this pretty upbeat, and we're glad that you joined us here on My Chamber TV. We hope to see you again. I want to come down there to the 9/11 Memorial.
Please do.
And maybe have you back before to promote to that, to get even more people
I'd love to
come and really respect. So it's time for us to take another break, and we'll be right back after this.